Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in 1 Kings. We're in 1 Kings chapter 9 where the header reads, Solomon's Greatness and Downfall, the Lord's Response to Solomon. And we'll go ahead and get right into it. So Solomon finished building the temple of the Lord, as well as the royal palace. He completed everything he had planned to do. Then the Lord appeared to Solomon a second time, as he had done before at Gibeon. The Lord said to him, I have heard your prayer and your petition. I have set this temple apart to be holy. This place you have built, where my name will be honored forever, I will always watch over it, for it is dear to my heart. As for you, if you will follow me with integrity and godliness, as David your father did, obeying all my commands, decrees, and regulations, then I will establish the throne of your dynasty over Israel forever. For I made this promise to your father, David. One of your descendants will always sit on the throne of Israel. But if you or your descendants abandon me or disobey the commands and decrees I have given you, and if you serve and worship other gods, then I will uproot Israel from this land and I have given them. I will reject this temple that I have made holy to honor my name. I will make Israel an object of mockery and ridicule among the nations. And though this temple is impressive now, all who pass by will be appalled and will gasp in horror. They will ask, why did the Lord do such terrible things to this land and to this temple? And the answer will be, because his people abandoned the Lord their God, who brought their ancestors out of Egypt, and they worshipped other gods instead and bowed down to them. That is why the Lord has brought all these disasters on them. It took Solomon 20 years to build the Lord's temple and his own royal palace at the end of that time. He gave 20 towns in the land of Galilee to King Hiram of Tyre. Hiram had previously provided all the cedar and cypress timber and gold that Solomon had requested. But when Hiram came from Tyre to see the towns Solomon had given him, he was not at all pleased with them. What kind of towns are these, my brother? He asked. So Hiram called that area Kabul, which means worthless, as it is still known today. Nevertheless, Hiram paid Solomon 9,000 pounds of gold. This is the account of the forced labor that King Solomon conscripted to build the Lord's temple, the royal palace, the supporting terraces, the wall of Jerusalem, and the cities of Hazor, Megiddo, and Gezer. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had attacked and captured Gezer, killing the Canaanite population and burning it down. He gave the city to his daughter as a wedding gift when she married Solomon. So Solomon rebuilt the city of Gezer. He also built up the towns of Lower Beth-horon, Belath, and Tamar in the wilderness within his land. He built towns as supply centers and constructed towns where his chariots and horses could be stationed. He built everything he desired in Jerusalem and Lebanon and throughout this entire realm. There were still some people living in the land who were not Israelites, including Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. These were descendants of the nations whom the people of Israel had not completely destroyed. So Solomon conscripted them as slaves, and they serve as forced laborers to this day. But Solomon did not conscript any of the Israelites for forced labor. Instead, he assigned them to serve as fighting men, government officials, officers, and captains in his army, commanders of his chariots, and charioteers. Solomon appointed 550 of them to supervise the people working on his various projects. Solomon moved his wife, Pharaoh's daughter, from the city of David to the new palace he had built for her. Then he constructed the supporting terraces. 3 times each year Solomon presented burnt offerings and peace offerings on the altar he had built for the Lord. He also burned incense to the Lord, and so he finished the work of building the temple. King Solomon also built a fleet of ships at Ezion-Geber, a port near Elath in the land of Edom, along the shore of the Red Sea. Hiram sent experienced crews of sailors to sail the ships with Solomon's men. They sailed to Ophir and brought back to Solomon some 16 tons of gold. Goodness, that's a lot of gold. And that is the end of chapter 9, guys. One thing that I really like about this chapter is the reflection of what seems to be more exercising of Solomon's wisdom, and not only wisdom, but patience. The fact that you would set out to build something that takes 20 years to build. I don't know if you were to tell me that I could have the house of my dreams, like be perfect in every single way, I'd have to start building now, and I wouldn't have it till I'm almost 60 if I would want to participate in that endeavor. And now I think that it goes without saying, the fact that he had the wisdom and the foresight to not only see that, but also have the ability to delegate and communicate in such a way that it would be done to his discretion, of up to 550 men that oversaw thousands, if not tens of thousands, and maybe even more, forced laborers and workers and craftsmen to be able to build all the things that he wanted to his specifications. That alone is a sign of a tremendous leader. The fact that you could take on such work, and we're not reading about the mundane day-to-day things that needed his regulations or legislations or governance or all these abilities to be able to see the people through day-to-day obligations. He's doing all that while also maintaining that and maintaining a nation and providing construction of towns that lead to supply chains. And he's doing all of this and managing it. And obviously he's putting people, because really, truthfully, if you are a leader, you're putting people in places to be successful that can be an extension for you. And oftentimes better than what you'd be able to do yourself. And that's knowing who to have around, who to surround yourself with. There we go, found the words. And so for me, that is extremely important. And you can just see that as you read in between the lines, as you see, to take on any task that's going to take you 20 years in building, to do it with a level of success while all these other things are happening around you, is just a small little testament to the wisdom that God bestowed upon him when he asked for it. So I like this. I like this chapter. It's a simple reflection, and it's definitely very, very earthly. A lot of it is just systems, places, and just information, but is a true testament to truly Solomon and just his ability, how he can expand upon things beyond himself. I'm confused at the, at the header, if you will, of this chapter, because it says Solomon's greatness and downfall, the Lord's response to Solomon. I didn't read into anything as far as recognizing downfall, but maybe that is in the chapter to come. So we will wait patiently and see. So on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 10 of 1 Kings tomorrow, where the header reads, Visit of the Queen of Sheba. And so have a good night and God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.